Magical Mystery Tour.
Good evening, vinyl masturbators. This evening we're going to get this one out of the way. It is called, and we're doing a worst to best for the
Magical Mystery Tour.
the Beatles EP. Not the album, the EP. I'm a purist, alright? But we're going to do all the tracks that are on the album as well, so don't feel left out. But we're just going to count down the EP. Anyway, I'll quickly talk about this. If Paul McCartney comes up to you with a piece of paper, a beer mat, or a cigarette packet, and he says he's got a plot for a film, just run as fast as you can in a different direction. Now, the problem was, after Sergeant Pepper, Brian Epstein died. He killed himself because he was a hopeless junkie by this point. He didn't have much of a purpose. But still, you know, you cling to things. When you're like a group or something, you cling to things that, you know, the devil you know better than the devil you don't know. And, you know, although Epstein wasn't really helping the band in any big way at this point, his death did come as a bit of a shock to him. Anyway, McCartney's ego was on top form at this point because of Sergeant Pepper. So, for some reason, he decides to take over the band. And one of his first brilliant ideas was to come up with this fucking dreadful acid-laced film. And if you think the drugs work, mate, they don't. They don't. And just look at this film to see what a pile of shit it is. They're all on a coach and it goes nowhere. And anybody that defends this film is fucked in the head. Totally fucked in the head because it's shit. It's not Bridge on the River Kwai. It ain't Straw Dogs. It's crap. It's fucking shit. And, you know, I mean, the album or the EP that the soundtrack for it, it's alright, it's not too bad. I mean, there's a couple of good songs on there. And it's a saving grace. But it's not an album, it's a double EP. It was a weird concept. And we're going to go through these tracks. They're not very good, most of them. And I'm going to be a little bit nasty. So if you don't want to watch this review, don't watch it. Alright? Don't go and get upset. Go and have a wank somewhere. But, you know, if you want to hear what Invisible Ray's got to say about this, continue to watch.
Invisible Ray's Tip of the Day.
My tip of the day is listen to this in stereo because the mono version of these songs is very ropey. However, even listening to some of these songs in stereo can be a bit distressing because if you listen to Your Mother Should Know in stereo, it sort of jumps from one to the other and it flip-flops all the way through and it's horrible to listen to. But like I said, stick with stereo. Don't try I Am the Walrus in mono. It's not good. So, stereo. Today's vinyl nerd plug is me,
Mr. Mayo.
Now this guy, he was the first man to take me under his wing, you know, in spite of my condition. And, you know, I mean, he's a legend. He's a legend. This is why I'm here now. Because of Mr. Mayo. Now, I can't criticise it. He's such a grumpy bastard, though. Do you know what I mean? I was talking to him the other night. And, you know, he's an American bloke. But watch his channel because he's tip top. I mean, he'll buy album after album after album. I bet he's got, do you know, he's such a fanatic. I bet he's even got 6 copies of Press to Play, which he hates. He hates it.
I hate this album. Hate.
I respect the man because he also likes the old Universal horror films. So I'm really into them. I love a good horror film, me. Boris Karloff, though. Now this is another point of contention we've got. He don't, he don't like Karloff. Now I love Karloff. Lugosi's a pile of shit. He can't act. All he does is go, and I can't speak proper English. Yeah, well, let me tell you, who had the more successful career? Point taken, all right? Anyway, and another thing, he's getting grumpy with me the other day. He likes Yoko too much. I'll say that for him. He defends Yoko. Now, I'm not big on Beatles families. I think they're all a bunch of talentless pissers. And I ain't got no time for them. I've got time for John, Paul, George, Ringo. That's it. That's all I want to talk about. Denny Lane, Wings members, fucking Klaus Foreman. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to know about you. You're not the Beatles. You're not the solo Beatles. All right? All I care about is these 4 people. So everyone else can go and hang. You've got to go watch this guy because, he's very intricate. He really knows his stuff. And he also knows a lot about Joan Jett. Anyway, never mind about that. I like some weird stuff as well. I like Russ Abbott. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, that's about all I've got to say. I've got to do this one, and I'm sorry, Mr. Mayo, that it's got to be on Magical Mystery Tour, but I've got to get you out of the way because I don't want to upset you too much. But as you said to me the other day, stick with your opinions. They are my opinions, and I'm like I said, I'm a vicious critic, and you've just got to deal with that. All right. Blue Jay Way is a fucking dirge. And it just goes to show, George Harrison had taken the piss already with the Sgt. Pepper track. It was awful. Within You, Without You. It's so self-indulgent and... Excuse me. Sorry, this is young Penny. She wants to be in the video too, so we'll let her stay. Listen, Blue Jay Way is an abomination of a track. It's probably one of the Beatles' worst records. And, if you're defending it in any way, shape or form, you're either a fanatic or else you just taken too many drugs yourself. It's horrible. It's a horrible song. It's the lowest placed song in this whole album. Blue Jay Way, it's garbage day.
Garbage day? Huh? No!
Flying, it's pants. It's a waste. It's a waste of space on this whole EP. It's just, I don't see a point to it. It's you don't like that one, do you? I don't like it. We're in agreement for once.
Let's all get up and dance to a song that was a hit before your mother was born.
Your mother should know. Your mother should know. Your mother should know. Eat lots of tuna. But this song, it's sort of like, it's kind of a retro song. It's sort of like, I don't know, like Busby Berkeley fucking 1930s they call it. But it's a poor man's When I'm 64. It's dreary. I don't like it. I don't like listening to it either because it goes in that ear and out that ear and comes back and it goes back and forth. And I don't like it. I just think it's a stupid song. There you go. roll up for the mystery tour. He's coming to take you away. Coming to take you away. It's the title track. Do you know what? It was on the Blue album. I never really liked it, and then I just, it's not a great song. I mean, maybe it's good for the film. It's good for an opener, but it's not really a song. It's kind of like it's copying Sergeant Pepper in a way. It's an introduction, but it's not really a standalone song. And we like standalone songs. We do. It's not good though. No, I'm not keen on it.
See the world spinning round.
The Fool on the Hill. Now, this is probably the first song ever to use the old school recorders. I mean, I love it. I love it. It's a beautiful song. Now, say what you want about Paul McCartney's ego, but he does kind of, you know, he comes up with songs like this so easily, and it's a lovely little song. I love it. Day after day, alone on a hill. Oh, I mean, I wonder where he come up with that. I mean, it's a shame he hasn't kind of got this genius anymore that he did have, but it's great. I love it. I love it. Brilliant song. I am here, you are here, you are me, and we are all together. Do, 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 do. Now, I mean, if you want to call this a B-side to Hello Goodbye, it's an insult, because this is John Lennon, probably his most bizarre, weirdest, imaginative. I mean, this is where Paul McCartney and John Lennon are different. This song makes sense without making sense, whereas take something like Junior's Farm, where I think McCartney's trying the same sort of bullshit lyrics, and it, you know, with Junior's Farm it sounds like McCartney's just trying too hard to copy this, but with this it flows naturally. It's totally bonkers, but it's brilliant. It is the best. It's the best track going. I mean, you know, if you want to put it in the album terms, I'd probably say it is the best track on the album, but definitely the best track on the EP. It's brilliant. I mean, you know, it's all been said before, but I love it. We all love it, don't we? We love it, Penny. I am here as you are, here as you are, she and me and I are all together. Ross Goodall.
Ross Goodall.
How does it feel to be one of the beautiful people? How does it feel to be Harry Potter? This one, I mean, it's a B-side. I like it. I do like it. You know, if you've watched my video for the worst to best B-sides, you'll see this is quite high up. It's a good one. I like it. It's great. How does it feel to be one of the beautiful people? I know. It's hard sometimes. It is.
Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, goodbye. Now this one, I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's annoying. It sort of shows McCartney getting a bit carried away with himself. You know, like, I can write anything. I can, you know, I'll pick up a fucking broom and write a song about a broom. This is pointless. John Lennon said it was pointless. It is pointless. It's catchy, and it's certainly not their worst track. It's not the worst single they ever did. I think Paperback Writer was probably the worst single they ever did. I don't know. I'll go back to that later. But this, I just don't like it. But it's all right. But you know what? I mean, if it's on, I'll listen to it. But I don't like it.
Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes.
Penny Lane, you can't hate this one. I mean, I love it. And you know, it's well documented how this come about, but it showed a big move into what were happening with the Beatles, and it's great. I love it. I love it. You know, it's one of their best. I really do like it. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. Yeah.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Fields.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Fields. Now, this song was the original concept before Sergeant Pepper come along. Was they were going to do a concept album about childhood, but because Capitol, the American label, were in such a rush, they forgot this idea. You know, Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields were the first ones to come out, and this is an excellent song. It's brilliant. It's John Lennon talking about his childhood, kids home across the road from him. It's beautiful, beautiful song.
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love.
All You Need Is Love. Now, this is an anthem. I know some people, my dad never liked it. He said, oh, it goes on forever at the end. I said, it's all part of it, Dad. It's a brilliant song. And you remember the controversial warmonger, Tony Blair, Prime Minister of England? He chose this for the Millennium Song. And I'm telling you, he couldn't have chosen a better song, I don't think. This really sums up Britain. It's like, all you need is love. And John was great at doing this kind of thing, you know, like his moments of genius outshone everybody. They outshone McCartney, they outshone everybody in the whole world. And this is magic. I don't know the inspiration behind it or anything, but you know, when the world was watching it, and if you've seen that show about the whole world, you know, like linking up by satellite, it's all bullshit, you know. Swedish people canoeing, Uruguayans like slapping their bums, and then we've got the Beatles singing their new song. I mean, you know, if this was the Eurovision Song Contest, we would have won it hands down. But to this day, it's just the greatest track. And if this was a worst to best album that I was reviewing, this would be the best song, even topping I Am the Walrus. It is brilliant. You can't get around that fact. It's brilliant. And all you need is love. Love, love, love. Anyway, just getting to the end of this review, I've got to tell you that this is no Sergeant Pepper. And even in an album form, which is a kind of a Frankenstein monster, it doesn't work. It's a tag along. It's all good that it's 1967 work there, because that works a lot better than the Hey Jude album, which is even more of a Frankenstein monster, which doesn't really work. But this does work, and if you don't know the history, it's all good. But I'm not keen on it. I'm a purist. I don't like the EP either. I just think the film's crap. This is an afterbirth to Sergeant Pepper, and it's not brilliant. So it gets, at the end of the day, as an EP, it gets 5 out of 10, and as an album, it gets 6 out of 10 because it's cheeky. It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be like this. Anyway, I'll see you next time, folks. Love is all you need.